Okay. We are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Super excited to be live with all of you here tonight. Oh, I'm out of coconut water. That's super tragic. Let's make sure we are live on YouTube as you come on here. Welcome, welcome, welcome on YouTube. As you come on here, do me a favor, you guys. Tell me where you are tuning in from in the comments section below this video. I'm going to say hello to all of you in the comments section so you know I actually am live. It's a little bit late. It's so beautiful outside. This video, I'm going to say, what a horrible still shot Facebook took of me, but that's okay. Welcome, Jack. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just tell me where you're tuning in from. Okay, super excited because what I'm going to do is a little energy check-in with the new deck, the Lessons of the Mystical Muse. We are live right now on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, and on Facebook, and I am on a 14-day juice fast. So today is day one. Day one is usually not the best day. Usually after day 3, things start moving a lot more smoothly, if you know what I mean. Usually day 1 through 3, you're kind of thinking about food, you're having some cravings. Let me grab something real quick for all of you. I'm not going to need it. Okay. So I wanted to introduce you guys to the deck again. Those of you who haven't seen the new deck, we sold out and we just placed an order that will be here at the end of February and the beginning of March. Where I order them from, they're on holiday. I order them from out of the country, but this is the Lessons of the Mystical Muse. It is a 72 card oracle deck. It comes with a full-size shadow work workbook. I'm getting so professional at pulling that top off with one hand. As you can see, it's really big. It's an 8x10 box. I custom made the box myself because they told me that they would not be able to fit a large size shadow work workbook in with the cards. I was like, yes, you will. You're going to carve out an inner place for the cards. So that alone is worth the $111 for the deck. So the deck is absolutely beautiful. You can see the cards are so rich in color. This is the Peacock Spirit card. This is basically telling you to shine your light. I'm going to do a little reading for you guys with my new deck, but first I'm going to plug it. So this is the Shadow Work deck. By the way, if you guys are readers and you want to feature the deck, just send me a private message and I will send you the deck free of charge. Make sure you have either a YouTube channel that you occasionally do readings on, or if you do them here on Facebook or any of these social media platforms, just send me a private message. I'm going to put my glasses on because I have an irritated eye today, so I don't want all of you guys to see that. So the full-size shadow work workbook, I really wanted you guys to intuit the first thought or feeling that came to you when you go through the cards. So I'm going to read the intro of the book to all of you, and then I'm just going to do a quick reading. So, let the power of conscious creation evoke your essence through the Lessons of the Mystical Muse Oracle deck. A skilled artist has the ability to awaken awaken the divine feminine and masculine within you with every stroke of their brush. As the artwork comes to life, you feel a wondrous love that ignites a flame deep within. However, this level of enchantment is not easily found, as only a select few hold the power to harness the essence of your being through their craft. As a former celebrity raw vegan chef, my food became my art decades ago. As I discovered the living foods lifestyle, my goal when creating this deck was to open your third eye of intuition while guiding you to tap into your innate spark of creativity within your soul. I want you to use this guidebook as a memoir of the intuitive messages, past life memories, dreams, and epiphanies that come to you as you look at each card for the first time. Liz is licking my feet. Sorry, that tickles. Art is a medium that transcends time and space, allowing us to connect with the deepest parts of ourselves. I'm almost done, I promise. It has the power to evoke emotions that we didn't even know existed within us, and it can transport us to other worlds, both real and imagined. A truly great artist understands this power and uses it to create works that speak directly to our souls through their art. They are able, sorry, my dog is tickling me. They are able to capture the essence of who we are and what we stand for, creating a connection that is both profound and lasting. Whether it's a painting, a sculpture, a piece of music, a vibrant salad, or an oracle deck, art has the ability to touch us in ways that nothing else can. So the next time you find yourself drawn to a piece of artwork, take a moment to appreciate the power it holds and the beauty it can bring into your life. Remember, my loves, artistry cannot be copied, mimicked, or unconsciously developed. True artistry is born in the hearts and created through the mind. This is the definition of true conscious creation. Blessings of peace, love, health, and abundance, Andrea Cox. So this is really cool. It's the Shadow Work Workbook, and next to each card, you're just going to write what comes to you. There's a couple questions I ask you after each card, and I love that I got it to be full size. So it works really well with Eat Right for Your Zodiac. So that's my book, a 155-page recipe book, plant-based, according to what your zodiacal sign is. So let's get into the energy. Thanks for telling me where you're tuning in from. See who we have on here. Welcome, Kenny. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Welcome, Jade. United Kingdom, welcome. Roland, welcome. Jared, welcome. Sarah, Jack, welcome. Dave Fullerton, where are you tuning in from? Miles, where are you tuning in from? Okay. So let's get in. So we had Peacock Spirit pop out as soon as I opened the box. So that's a sign. I love doing readings with my own deck. I just love it. We do have Twin Flame as well, but we're going to put that back in and see if it pops out. Ooh. So we have Spirit is calling. So right now, Spirit is calling you to do something that you long to do, that your soul is calling you to do. And I feel like for a lot of you, this has to do with your passion, because next we have Dragon Spirit. And as a dragon in Chinese, I can attest to that being a very powerful sign in Chinese astrology. The dragon is known to be the most powerful of all the signs in the Chinese zodiac, right next to the ox and the ram. So Spirit is calling you to dive deep. It's calling you to draw upon the lessons you've learned from the pain in your life and turn that pain into creativity, into profit, into healing. Some of you could have had like a degenerative disease or something that really wiped you out. Some of you could have lost a loved one. Wow. Or a pet. We have Dog Spirit. So I can attest to the pain of losing an animal or caring for an animal that's elderly. I have a 24-year young dog, or caring for an animal with cancer, like I did with Roger. And the loss when you lose an animal is extreme. It can be profound. Now, a couple other cards came out, but we're going to put them in. If they pop back out, we'll use them. One is yoga will feed your soul. So some of you could have a calling to get certified as a yoga instructor. Others of you just need that breath with movement to really cultivate what spirit is asking you, what your ancestors who walk before you are pushing you into doing. We have no one can steal your destiny. I love this card. It's kind of a dark card, but it's dark for a reason. I wanted it to be. So you see this woman with the dark hair is watching this beautiful woman do something on her computer. And she's like, oh, I want to do that. That's not how you create your destined path. Your destined path is birthed from your pain, from something you've went through that could be a loss or could be something that really, like I said, took you out for a while and had you suffering. So let's see what your ancestors, your guides, God, spirit wants and is calling you to. Peacock spirit, you're being called to shine your light. You're being called to step into your power and to stop hiding in the shadows. Some of you could be actually offended by someone who is shining their light because you feel like that should be you. You feel like your gifts should be out there. So instead of projecting, God's asking you to step into your power and really put yourself out there in a positive way, teaching people what you learned from what you've went through, from your struggles. Secretly, we all love that this matches my nail polish. Just kidding. So the symbols on the back of these cards that I had put on every card they have very significant meaning to me. They stand for beauty, abundance, and everlasting health. Lewis is giving me a leg bath right now with his tongue. He is licking my calves and my ankles. So we have root workers. So some of you are herbalists. You're being called to protect your energy with herbs or infuse your food with herbs to protect your energy, like I've shown you guys to do for years, or to just protect your auric field. So your aura can be infiltrated even if you're not in contact with someone. Your aura can be affected by other people's energy. Have you ever been waiting in line at a store and the person in front of you is just like really rude while they're checking out? Or the cashier's having a bad day and she's really rude, and then you leave and you think, man, I went into that store and I was feeling great and now I'm not. Well, that's an energy transference. So what we need to do to make sure that that doesn't happen is we need to protect our energy. We need to, it goes beyond using esoteric tools such as sage and things like that. It's keeping our bodies really clean and clear so we can retain messages from the divine. It's staying hydrated. It's getting out in nature instead of staying cooped up in an office all day. It's about self-care. And I'm not talking about self-care like getting your nails done or getting a massage or going to the gym. I'm talking about really making sure that you spend time in nature, because nature is healing. Fresh air, sunlight, water, good living foods, that's what's going to heal you. None of this, BS of chemicals on our face and getting our nails done, which we all love to do. If you're a woman watching this, there's different types of self-care, but something I do is yoga. That's self-care for me, or meditation, or making sure I watch the sun go down like it's going down now. I want to pull 3 more cards, and this one is sticking out to me. Archangels are guiding you. This is a really beautiful card. So each card has a different back on it. So I love archangels are guiding you, because this means you can call on spirit, you can call on God, whoever God is to you, or whatever your religion is, because true religion doesn't judge other religions. True religion is loving your neighbor just as you would your family member. It's accepting everyone. So the archangels are guiding you, and they're guiding you to step into doing something you love. Maybe some of you are going through something difficult at work, or maybe you're sabotaging yourself. Self-sabotage, we can be our own biggest critic. I do it to myself. That woe is me, that staying on the couch on a Saturday afternoon instead of taking a hike right up the street on the mountain. We can sabotage ourselves, reaching for those cookies when you should be reaching for an apple. So this is about not sabotaging ourselves any longer. This is about really trusting God and trusting that we are on our destined path when we listen to our intuition. One of the things I tell my wellness coaching clients who are still eating pork and red meat is your third eye can't truly open while you're still eating pork. You guys can research this. Don't take my word for it. Pork is full of parasites. So there's some things that, many of you are going to have to give up in order to reach the level you're trying to achieve. If you guys like this, hit the like button, run the hearts up on TikTok, hit the thumbs up on Facebook, on Instagram. It really helps on YouTube, actually, to get the algorithm up if you guys comment and like the video. Okay. So we have the lone coyote. I love this card. So when I first moved in here, there was this single coyote hanging out. I'm like, God, I'm getting all these single wild animals here. I had a single buck in the front yard, and there's a buck card in here, but it hasn't popped out for us. And the coyotes, they're meant to run in packs. They're like javelina. They're meant to run in packs. They're not meant to just run alone. And some of you have been running alone for a long time, and it's time for you to find your soul family. It's time for you to find your spirit tribe. It's time for you to create a family for some of you, or join someone else's. And some of you aren't doing that because you're just so kind of, I don't want to use the word stuck, but you're so stagnated in a routine that's no longer serving you. So it's time to break out. When I created the lone coyote card, it was really a time about a year ago when I was feeling, kind of pathetic, like, God, I'm such a loner. And then this coyote kept coming and running down the hill every morning. I was like, what is this coyote trying to say to me? And the coyote was like, you need to go visit your family. You need to get some friends, weirdo. You're in a new place. So that's the lone coyote. Okay, so back to the shadow work. We have 2 cards, and I'm going to end it with this. We'll pull one more card, hoping we get a positive card. But we have 2 rather dark cards here. They're not dark. None of the cards in the deck are dark, but they're asking us to reach in deeper. And one of the cards is Energy Vampire. So there's this girl and she's reading, and then there's this person looking in on her that's just trying to kind of siphon energy. And so whenever we get the energy vampire card, we want to really look at the relationships we're keeping in our life, right? Are they giving to us or are they taking from us? And this goes far beyond monetary or money. Are they giving us energy? Are they breathing life force into us, or are they taking from us energetically? That's what this card is asking you to look into. And it doesn't mean you have to divorce your wife or husband. It doesn't mean you have to move away from your neighbor down the street. It doesn't mean anything like that. It means that it's time to set healthy boundaries. I notice, the biggest thing with me is I notice how my money is when I'm around certain people. If I have a conversation with someone, I notice what comes in that week. Am I earning more, right? If someone moves in down the street, like, is more abundance coming into like where I live or the neighborhood or whatever, or is it not? That's how I kind of see energy. Or if I spend the afternoon with a girlfriend going shopping, do I feel healthy the next day? And that night, do I feel filled up with positive vibes and great energy? Or do I feel drained? That's what the energy vampire is asking you to examine. And then the last card we have is lost soul parts. And this is a really beautiful card. It's about finding that piece of you that you lost along your way. And what do I mean by that piece of you? You know, as we go through things in life, we lose little parts of ourselves that make us who we are, right? So I am very creative, and I had an imaginary friend growing up named Bertha, because I've always been a loner. And Bertha was a way for me to kind of counsel myself when my sisters were growing up and they couldn't hang out with me because I was the baby. So it wasn't cool to hang out with your little sister. So I created this character. I mean, I had to have been like 7 years old, 10 years old, named Bertha. And it was a way for me to cope. And it was a way for me, it was someone for me to talk to about my dad passing. I was 10. Bertha doesn't hang out here anymore. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, we lose little parts of ourselves along the way. And so the other day I was cleaning out my closet and pulling clothes to donate to the Goodwill, and I saw a flannel shirt. And that always reminds me of my little imaginary friend, Bertha, because I used to imagine her wearing a flannel shirt. And so I kind of like, and this is going to sound crazy, but I started having a conversation with this imaginary friend I had growing up. And the reason I did that was because it was to tap into that lost soul part that I had lost, you know, that creative side of me that was, you know, so sad when I was little that my sisters were growing up and that my dad had passed, that I created an imaginary friend. And so now I look back at that and I think, wow, that was really creative and really beautiful. And so I was embracing that part of myself. It was kind of like treating myself, right? Like being my own therapist. So another example of losing a lost soul part could be that, you know, maybe you had a really bad breakup and you never quite got over it. And your heart maybe still longs for that person or something. And so by sitting with yourself and writing down all that pain and getting it out on paper, or writing that person a letter, you don't have to send it. You're retrieving that lost soul part that you once lost. And this is really, really important, especially now when you've got a lot of spiritualists, you know, focusing on, you know, myself included, the full moon, the new moon, and the new paradigm shift, and the eclipse, and all that other crap. And what we really need to focus on is our own healing journey. Our ability to go within and see, okay, why do I act like that? Why do I do that? Or why, when I interact with that person, do I not feel good after I get off the phone with them? And it's a time for us to really examine those feelings as they come up, come out, retrieve those lost soul parts so we can begin to heal. Let's pull one more card. Codependency. So if you look really closely at this card, these people are wrapped up together and it's like they're stuck. Their backs are towards one another, but they can't leave their situation because they're dependent on one another. Now, codependency goes far beyond finances. A lot of people think codependency is just one abusing financial control, and that's not what codependency is at all. Codependency can be between a father and a son. It can be between, I'm sorry, who's messaging me right now? That's so annoying. Let me just silence this person. Okay. So codependency can also be, you're codependent on someone's energy, right? You've been with them so long, you don't know what your life would be without them. Even if they talk horrible to you, you still stay with them. Even if they don't treat you right, you still stay with them. That's codependency. Codependency can also be that you're not getting what you need to be getting at home from your husband, your wife, your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. So you're relying on people outside of that, your muse, right? So you form a codependent bond with that person that's telling you, oh, you're so handsome, when really you have a wife at home. Codependency. Codependency can be working at a job you freaking hate, but you need the money. But there's really something you'd love to be doing, but you feel like you wouldn't earn a living that way. If you do what you love, you will always be taken care of by the divine. I promise you that. That's codependency. Codependency can be with food. You can have an addiction to food. You're codependent on that chocolate donut every Sunday morning that's keeping that last 5 pounds on you. Codependency. I want a more positive card, and it's right here staring me in the face, so this is great. Take a day of silence. So I love this card. This girl's at the grocery store, and it says take a day of silence on her bag she's carrying. And I used to do this every Sunday. I would go run my errands in Ohio at Trader Joe's and all my little grocery stores, and I would have a little note I would carry, and when the cashiers would talk to me, I would just hand it to them and I would say, I'm taking a day of silence today. Thank you so much for saying hello to me. Thank you for respecting me not answering. Because I didn't want to exude energy at all. I didn't even want to speak. I wanted to take a day of silence, because when we do that, and it can be, being at home and cleaning your house and listening to music and just interacting with your animals, that's taking a day of silence. When we go within and we really connect with ourselves and we connect with source, we heal. So that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you tell me in the comments if you like this or not. I started my spiritual business in 2017. I stepped away for a while, but I really want to channel messages that are very Piscean, Libra, Leo, Scorpio in nature, which are my top placements, and also Aquarius, because I have Aquarius and Venus. So I wanted to channel those messages with you, and I love each and every one of you, and I hope this video helped you. Big hug, have a beautiful weekend, and let me know in the comments if you want me to do one of these readings next week as well, and I will do so. Also, please go subscribe to my 2 YouTube channels. For health and wellness, Andrea Cox TV on YouTube. We are headed towards 5 million views. And for readings like this, the Detox Intuitive. Thanks, you guys. Have a great night. Be well. Bye.